Guys, it's Paul again here. Today we're working on the power steering bracket which failed the other day. This involves making up a template and creating the bits and pieces that are needing so that I can take the work out to a machine shop for the TIG work. Also picked up some high tensile bolts and replaced the original hardware and also the hardware that wasn't supplied with the March kit. Secondly, I also picked up a tap, chased out the Dart Big M block and made sure that the original cast marks or bosses for the power steering pump at 7/16 and 3/8 were correct and the right depth. I was having issues getting the bolts in there, they were not going down far enough, and I didn't want to force the matter. So here we go, enjoy. Alright, so this is the kit that we have from March. It's the Dress Up Serpentine kit, which is designed for pro touring and all that sort of stuff. Now the part that's actually gone belly up is this area here. That's obviously the front of the small, the new modern type of pump which I have, but it's actually behind there is a huge billet block, and that billet block, one of the bolts has sheared off. Okay, so this is the March manual, just the assembly manual. Item number 8, obviously where the mark is, that's the bolt that is sheared off and is stuck in the engine block. This one here is a 7/16, but they supplied a 3/8, and down here this boss is not even used, that's a 7/16. What I don't understand is why and what they've done with this. They've gone for the easy path and machined up this huge billet casing here, and you have two bolts on the top here. There's a lot of force coming off the power steering pump area. It's putting a lot of stress on these two bolts here. My plan is to extend the housing and utilize this boss as well, having 3 bolts, and therefore bringing the bolt line down and putting a line straight through here. So it's taking up a lot of the pressure from this side of the mount. Okay, so here's the mount, and you can see the outline just here, going around there, from where the base of the power steering pump bolts onto this. The bolts bolt through here from the back and into the power steering pump, so either side. So that's all fine. That mounted up perfectly. Okay, as you can see, it's a pretty decent bit of billet. That's actually the product code for 21204. Okay, now that's the one that's sheared off here. So we have a 3/8 and a 7/16. What was supplied or put into the block was a 3/8. That's what was supplied with the car. And being a Dart M block, the thread was just slightly tapered, so it appeared like it was the right one, but it definitely wasn't, of course. So what I've done is chased out those threads and bought new high tensile bolts. There's one of them, which I showed in a previous video, and that one there, which is the 3/8. That's obviously the 7/16. That just needs to be shortened about 10mm and dressed up. Okay, so for the modification, this is what I plan to do. So this is a template that I made up, showing this whole setup. So what we have is a replica. I'm obviously not a producer of great fine videos that will end up in Hollywood. It's a replication of that. So what I plan to do is this part here, which has a bolt through it, will get welded onto the side here, around here, and it will give us a far better platform. Again, that's the bolt that sheared off, 7/16, 7/16 that picks up the 3 mounting points. Okay, so this is the final setup. This is what it's going to look like. So that part of the metal over there that's added on is going to be welded, TIG welded on the side and from underneath. It's ideally, I'm probably going to be seeking about 1 inch thickness, and running a vertical bracket up through here, and that will be TIGged in either side here. But it's, again, around here, and that means it will have, as you can see, this is the mounting port for the power steering pump, there and there, so that bolts on to there from behind, and so you have this bolt lower than this one, and you can see it's got a line that goes all the way through this line here, so it's picking up all the pressure from this. Now originally March, and I just don't understand this because they've gone to so much trouble building this stuff, 2 mounting points, smaller mounting point here, and then power steering pump here below these 2 bolts. Okay, I've had contact with March and they're not even recognizing that there may be an issue here. Maybe because other people haven't done it, had issues with it for whatever reason. I don't understand, but I found that maybe other people who know about engineering of bolts and things like this, their bolts were meant to have been hardened steel, but they were zinc coated. Now if you chrome plate something that's hardened steel, it weakens it. Does zinc do the same? Maybe that's what's caused it, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm proposing, that's what I'm going for. I just have to find a local welding shop to TIG that up for me and neatly finish it, and then it's all just basically a bolt-on operation, and remove that bolt that's sheared off. So this is actually a good thing because it's going to be stronger than what it was. Anyway, thank you for watching, enjoy.